All right. Yes. Woohoo! I did it. Okay. Am I audible now? I think I am. Sweet. I don't know how to fix the sound issue, but here we are now. Okay, sweet. Gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. The topic of today's live stream is feed your soul, not your senses. There's a lot of times in life where your senses are going to be fed. You watch a great movie, right? You go to the park and you find that, you know what? These birds are looking way too colorful today. Or you know what? You go to some place and you just allow yourself to hear the environment around you. You get lost in the environment around you, right? So many sounds overlapping each other. You know, it's like a play of sounds, colors, lights, especially if you live in India. Okay. And I've understood this main difference, guys. And it's taken me some time on my spiritual journey to actually recognize this. That the soul is something that is eternal. Okay? It is unchanging. Whereas your senses, they're always changing. Okay? Your sense of sound, your sense of touch, your sense of taste, your sense of smell, your sense of sight. Okay? So when I say feed your soul, what I mean is you got to cherish and feed this eternal energy, this Tao of the self, the background of the self, essentially, right? The substrate of the self, the para-Brahman. With intentional self-care, with positive thinking, with compassion, with gratitude, we have to heal it. Feed our souls through what? Positive actions. Positive actions are within our sense of control, flow state trigger. You can take positive actions and self-care actions throughout the day. If you're David Goggins mode 24/7, it's not going to serve you, right? Let's go, baby. And you need to like rest in a hammock. Dude, like, calmate, as they would say, right? You're too arriba, right? You need to calm it down, in a sense, okay? You need to what? Feel the beat of the universe. Merge your heartbeat with the heartbeat of the universe. Attain complete and utter stillness where you become the pure awareness, the pure observer again, right? You've always been here because it is experienced through the now ever, actually, okay? Eternity, eternitas, the now ever. So, just like these seers, these sages, these mystics, these poets, these philosophers, all of them say what? Do what? They're one with love. They're lovers of the divine, my friends. These are all lovers of the divine. The seers, the mystics, the poets, the sages, the prophets, the preachers, the people who are tapped into source energy. Okay? God's next door neighbors, right? That energy is something that is felt. You can intellectualize it to try to understand it, but you're not going to get to the same point in your journey. Okay? Yeah, I know I'm audible now. Thank you for that, by the way. Yeah, I would have hated to have gone for that long and then not have it audible. But yeah, we're here now. You know, I love learning from different religions. You know, it's so inspiring to me that I can just see these different perspectives and perceive these different perspectives, you know. And I was looking into Sikhism. They have this very interesting concept of the guru within called Wahaguru. And It's very interesting because the word guru means darkness to light, right? But we at Primal Sutra, we've always used this word ruguru, right? Because we are going from light to darkness to light. I think we as children born into this world, we are light. We're pure light. Okay? I don't think there's any doubt in that we are pure screaming bundles of light. Okay? Enjoy it, right? Of course, we're born into the world with trauma. That's birth is quite a traumatic experience, let's be honest. However, I think once you understand that these seers, these sages, they're just lovers of the divine, yo. They're lovers of the divine. They're not looking at love in this like transactional way. Okay, I give a little bit of this, you give me this, right? Tit for tat, win, lose. They're not looking at it like that, you see? And actually, this is a very important aspect because my business partner, Ryan G, we were talking about this. We were like, what is the midpoint or the bridge between collaboration and competition? Like, what's the in between, you know? And we actually found a word. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about this. Co-opetition. Okay. I, I I love learning new words. It's like I learn something new every day, right? And this word co-opetition is collaborative competition. So imagine, bro, right? What if Pepsi and Coke teamed up to create a third entity, a Pepsi Coke or a Pepsi Cola or whatever, right? Like they're both doing their brands a favor by teaming up because the manifestation power is greater. And that's co-opetition. You get what I mean? So yeah, I have other spiritual leaders and teachers on the podcast that we do, but at the same time, it's like it's a friendly kind of competition because we're kind of challenging each other and putting each other on the spot, right? Maybe we're debating some certain topics where Primal Sutra might be a little bit different to the spiritual teaching. But that's how we learn, you see. But we've been compartmentalizing our senses and we've been experiencing it in a very, very narrow way. But I'm saying that you have this multi-sensory, multi-dimensional experience, right? Where you can actually feel the beat of the music. And I think this is a main difference between the weird Luciferian music industry that, is in charge of mind control and taking something so beautiful and distorting it, using it to dumb people down to, but the same music, the melody, if you ever understand, like if you've ever heard Indian music, I don't know, but it's very melodious and they have these things called rags, sometimes in Sikhism it also is like kirtans, right? I'm not Sikh myself, I'm a Hindu. However, I grew up Hindu, right? But I'm an omnist. Ultimately, an omnist is somebody who understands that there's a shred of truth in every religion. And so that's why I delve into all of these different teachings to reach my own flow state consensus. Okay, so just in case you're wondering. But yeah, we need to access the ras. The ras is like the juice. Rosh, we say in Bangla, right? The juice of the moment, right? It needs to be squeezed. So that's the real feeling of the music or these kirtans, right? They're creating this flavor that they can send to the divine. And it's echoing back this beauty, this love, this truth. But now you're using music as this transactional thing with this industry, right? Or you're like, hey, you can even use spirituality transactionally. You can be like, I'm going to do this ritual and I'm going to get this, outcome. You can think of it like that. But when you let go of all of that and you just have fun with it, you become a freestyle shaman and you understand that I'm a lover of the divine, baby. I'm going to love how I love. I'm not going to try to love how Hallmark loves or Disney loves or, Bollywood loves or fuck that, right? I want to love how I want to love. My love FM is different from your love FM. And that's perfectly valid and normal and beautiful because poets have tried to define this word for centuries, man. Is it really two sides of the coin like love and hate? What is this thing, right? It's a big walking question mark. You get it? So that's the thing. Spirituality is not this give or take. expecting something. It is a tool for transformation and to transcend. That is for sure. Okay. However, I'm not going outside looking at a flower and being like, "Excuse me, sir, what legacy are you going to leave behind? What is your purpose, Mr. Flower? How big of an impact are you going to make on this planet, Mr. Flower?" Okay? Flower's just chilling, right? Flower's like, "I know what I need to do. I just need to radiate and shine, right? I just need to bloom. Each day, I'm just blooming. I'm just blooming. I'm at one with nature." Now, when I'm trying to aggravate the situation and try to add, something I'm going to collide into, then of course I'm going to have obstacles, okay, in the physical world. We all do, okay? But this school, okay, we're God's on internship. We're in this school, right? There's a weird faculty of spirit guides, and we're just going through the levels, right? And one of the lessons is like, don't get attached to this thing, man. Everything's changing. What are you doing? You know? And I think that's a big lesson to let go. You know, a lot of us, we hold grudges, we hold storylines. We want it to be such a specific, particular, perfectionist way. You know, sometimes it's not that. But that's also why we suffer. We can't accept the truth. We can't accept what is there, and what is there is eternal. Your soul that needs to be fed. But instead, right, what's feeding your soul? The media you're watching, right, the food you're consuming, the substance use you're consuming, right? All of that is actually not feeding your soul, but taking your soul, right? In a sense, it's there's a reason why they call al-Kul body eating spirit. If you look at the translation, right? Like, it's been fascinating to me, these ideas and things, like, really, when someone drinks alcohol, they do get like some level of possessed, right? There's a reason they call it spirit. Okay, there are things happening that we're not even realizing, guys, and that's the thing, right? We have to tap into this effortless Tao self, right? The Tao. Okay, if you ever heard of the Tao Te Ching, I don't want someone to listen and just be like, "What the hell is he talking about with the Tao?" Right? From the Tao Te Ching, the understanding is it's this invisible guiding principle, right? It's this love and light in the background that kind of guides us toward it, like takes us along the journey, right? And makes things smooth, allows us to access this path of least resistance, and it frees up all the gunk along the way. That's why it's the Rougarou journey. You see, you're coming into the world with light, that then you're experiencing shadow and separation. Like, oh wait, you mean I'm a isolated, alone entity? And you mean I have to do everything myself and become independent now? Right? And then we start, going on that, right? That journey. Great work. Thank you, Quinn. And we start going on that journey, right? But then we get sidetracked, right? There's too many side quests. Parents are saying you got to do this. It's good for your work. You'll get paid more, right? Someone else is saying this other agenda. And it's like, can we really find the pathless path? Yes, you can, by letting go and surrendering to the Tao, to that infinite nature that you always knew existed. And it's always kept you safe and guided you, you know? You got to take calculated risks at times. And, my mom was saying, you have to be cautious, and I get her paradigm, She has some minor anxiety, so do I, It's like, yeah, you got to be cautious. But I said, listen, it's not only that I have to be cautious, I have to be conscious. I have to be alert and awake enough that I know what I'm doing and not put myself into unnecessary danger, right? But I don't always have to be in caution, like everything, like living in a bomb shelter somewhere, right? away from everything. But that's the world that a lot of isolated people I've noticed, that's the world they create, is that the world outside is dangerous. But it's not the truth. There's people out there who have a very kind soul and a kind heart. And I've met these people in my lifetime. Trust me, bro. I've met some very kind-hearted people in this world. People who've taken me in when I had nothing. People who, guided me when I didn't deserve that guidance, not for 1 millisecond, bro. Um, So it's like we are really standing on the shoulders of giants in this thing, you know? And we keep growing as somebody else grows, bro. Like if I see my friends shining in their power, it gives me more permission to shine in my power. So I'm happy for them. Absolutely. A lot of people, they downplay people. Yeah, man, what are you doing? It's like they're talking to a cute girl or whatever. We like AMOG them or whatever, right? AMOG is just like alpha male of the group, right? We'll just like clown on them or whatever, roast them. It's like the guy is doing something so pure, right? He's channeling his most divine self to speak to this gorgeous woman. And we're out here making fun of that. We should be bravo. Get what I mean? Why are we putting other people down instead of gassing them up? It's an insecurity thing. It's an insecurity thing, bro. Think about it. If people are watching you and the way that you move and they're like judging you and like talking behind your back, bro, that's not an environment you want to be in, you know? A lot of these businesses that I've noticed where like they get into this very dense negative vibration, bro, they're going to go bankrupt in the future. I'm telling you. Already in this video, I'm telling you right now, if you have a very negative workspace, arguing, bitter, resentment, hate, like just, none of the employees working with each other, like chaos, right? Eventually, after some time, the shadows rise to the surface. Okay? So that's why in your tribe, even in your internal self, right? You got to keep it clean. Even with these beings and entities that I work with, I keep it clean with them, the relationship. Yeah, there have been moments where I've been like, had you know, a metaphorical gun to my head moment, with these beings. And that was scary, but also understanding that maybe I'm the one who's also making myself scared through this journey. You know what I mean? So there's so many layers to it. And the more you can get self-confidence, right? Self-confidence is something that is internal. That's what I want you guys to understand today. Okay. It is not something that is external. It's not comparing yourself to the Joneses, right? It's not the rat race. Okay. Win the race, you're still a rat, right? So if you understand that your confidence, right? The word confidence came from con man, by the way. It's a fake thing. We're talking about Godfidence, which is what? Internal, ever present. And when you feed your soul, you tap into Godfidence. You tap into that divine presence. You know, that nature that's available to you all the time, all the time. It's like dialing. It's a speed dial, right? Speed dial through the third eye, right? Or something like that. So, yeah, man. I mean, this kind of topic has been really powerful to bring up because what if this divine experience wasn't a transactional one? What if it was a co-creative one? What if it was one where we could really like speak from the soul, live from the soul, breathe from the soul, smash from the soul? Okay. What if we could really tap into that unified field and live as that, from that? Someone was saying, what's the point of being in bliss and staying high like that if the point is you want to be sober, right? It's a very good question. The thing is, that bliss is not really a high if you think about it. It is your most natural self. It's the way I think about it. Okay. that bliss and that peace is a resting point for your consciousness, right? It's like the train station where everything aligns again, everything is centered again, right? And you're just waiting for what? Waiting for the world to change, right? No. um, but yeah, it's like that understanding of you can bring yourself down to a more heart-based experience. If you're living up in your head all the time, and trust me, I have, like, a lot of my life, right? Distracting myself, bro, with video games, comic books, just, everything, just stacking on any stimulating thing, right? Caffeine, shout out caffeine, any stimulating thing. But then I started to realize my own somatic experience of being and feeling safe in my body, bro. Healing my core wound. Okay, we all have a core wound. Mine one was specifically related to going up in the head whenever things got nervous or tense. Okay, but then I started to create a different relationship with this thing where I'm like, hold on a second, let's not go up in the head all the time. Let's actually bring it down here and just hold it here. And you'll feel actually you letting go of attention when you do that, right? We have something called Vajra Dragon Yoga, and I'm going to be the pioneer, the creator of it. I've been channeling a lot of these asanas from different beings, and basically, it's very important to understand that we primarily want to rid the body of the cortisol first, right? So something like the dragon breath or the lion breath, right? Some people call it like that, is very powerful because it actually helps your tension. Right, a lot of tension is stored around the neck area because this is the body-mind bridge, right? As well as the jaws because we clench it. If you're getting angry all the time, you're feeling a lot of tension within your jaws. But when you go vagus nerve activating, right? So any movements that you do with a combination of this, right? It cleans the body. So this is just one of the asanas that I'm just giving you like a little freebie here, but I want this to be an actual program. So I'm putting it all together now. We have a cool little logo. I don't know if I can show you guys actually. I can, I think. If my team will let me. Nah, I'm the team. What's up? Okay, so this is the little logo we have for right now. And it's kind of cool. Vajra is just another way of saying thunderbolt or um, diamond, okay? So it's something that is indestructible, right? Your indestructible nature, that's what we're tapping you into with this yoga. It is going to make you your most charismatic self. That is its purpose. It's made for that purpose. So you're going to awaken your dormant sexual energy as well, and it's going to flush out any of the gunk in the body. So it's going to make you hyper clean, aware, pure, very alert, but at the same time, you're going to just be social and open and charismatic. You know how yogis are, right? A lot of yogis, they can have a conversation with anybody. They're so loose and relaxed in their bodies, right? Like, there's that form of it, but then I also want you to like maneuver that in a very maybe professional scenario, right? You can adjust it a little bit to you, wherever you are, right? Wherever you are in the world, you can try to adjust it according to your own lifestyle and like how you're functioning with this, right? And so even if you do one of these, trainings and you keep to one practice, like one asana a day or something like that, just to challenge yourself, you can, the one that I love doing is just having your hands out like this, and when you exhale, you kind of push it out like wings, okay? So you'd be inhale, exhale, right? And you can also do it with the tongue out as well. That's the dragon style. And once you really get into it, you'll start to notice you're just flushing out the gunk and the tension in the body. You're not going to get that weird burnout feeling like in midday, like afternoon crashes when you shake the body and you do a lot of these exercises, man, because you're creating a chi flow, right? You're creating a prana flow. And so it's very, very powerful. And a lot of the combinations of these movements, again, have come from different practitioners, different walks of life, um, Mike Chang from Flow Training, shout out to him because he's taught me quite a lot. Shout out to, Ido Portal and his methodology of philosophy behind movement. You get what I mean? Like, there's so many people that I just have to kudos to, because they just helped me clarify and crystallize these teachings into one. And that's why, having it be something that is so holistic is so important. It's not just this one track thing that we're doing, but making it exciting. The last thing I want to leave this video with is this understanding of creating self-care cards for yourself. Okay. I recommend every high-end client of mine watching this right now, anybody across the world watching this right now, all of you have got to try this. You basically get some flashcards. Okay. Well, let me get some actually. I'll show you guys. Oh. So you get something like this, right? You get something like these flashcards, and on them, you can start writing. Writing what? Ways to take care of yourself. Ways to feed your soul, basically. Okay? One way that I feed my soul, sunbathing, as well as, red light therapy. I love that stuff. Another way that I feed my soul is specific supplements that just tap me in, man. I feel like Bruce Lee back there, man, sometimes. With the Shilajit, bro, if you're not taking Capiva's gold resin Shilajit, man, you're missing out. You're missing out because the hormonal balance that I'm getting from that is just phenomenal, right? Sometimes it's weird on the tummy if you're mixing it with like other supplements and stuff, but regardless, like, I don't care, it's like I'm getting what I need out of it. So anyway, that's another one, right? And so you just write down all of these different, like, stretching, self-massage, or EFT tapping, write it down on another one. Then you go through and you just have the stack of cards. So you have this deck on you, right? Set my deck, okay? And you have this deck on you, right? And now the next time you can, whenever you're feeling tense or upset or bored or out of alignment or going through withdrawals or, stuck in a rut, you just shuffle the cards and boom, you got to do it. You got to do what you pull. That's why it's important for you to make it very, very indoorsy, or like even just within your vicinity, things that you can do. Because if you put down, like, let's say you put down on your self-care card, like, travel to Indonesia or something, right? Like that, make that a wild card. Don't put that as one of your main self-care cards, right? Like, if you're like, travel to Bhutan for a holiday or something, you know what I mean? And like keep some of those wild card self-care cards in there too, where it will just be like, oh snap, I guess I got to do that now, huh? But it will lock you in, right? It'll make you more aligned with whatever it is that you are doing. And this is one of the ways that you feed your soul very spontaneously, right? Because it's not going to be the same old self-care routine that you do every day, right? I guess I have to remove my makeup, okay, and do the same thing again. Yeah, okay, that's one way you self-care, but it's like, doesn't have to, don't limit yourself to just like a bath bomb or something, right? Like, self-care is so different for everybody, and we have different needs, right? We have different wants, we have different needs, we have different ways that we care for ourselves. Sometimes even getting a little bit mad at ourselves is a form of self-care. Why are you mad in the first place? Because you care about yourself. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, all of this, the way you even use your emotions, comes down to self-care. You get that? So you have a responsibility with how you wield your emotions, and you need outlets for them. They're like Tamagotchis, right? You need your anger to play, you need your sadness to play a little bit. Then they're all calm, they're back. It's like, oh, the wind left, right? After a while, this too shall pass. That's emotions, right? But if you trap them all in your room and you're like, all right, all of you have to listen to me right now. We're going to be happy and only happy, right? You keep them hostage, right? You hold them hostage or something. Nah, they're not going to get along with you. You see? So we have to create this powerful relationship with our emotions. We got to give them daps, you know? We got to fist bump them once in a while. We got to give them a high five. We got to acknowledge them. What's up? Right? Imagine if your sadness was like a hot girl, right? What's up, girl? Why you crying? Right? Right? And it's like you speaking to that version of you, that's like a female, and thinking it's sadness, trying to console her or whatever. That's such a bizarre theater exercise, right? You'd just be like, what is this person even doing? What? They're what? They're talking to their anima, their feminine version of themselves outside of themselves? Like, this is some new age shit, bro. I'm not into this at all. But then they end up being into it, like after a week or whatever. They come back, like, all right, I tried everything else, and there was this one video where you said incels cut themselves off from the anima, and so I'm more interested in learning about that, you know, because I am one, and I label myself as one, so therefore, you know, get your black pill ass out of here, okay? Eat some Cheerios instead. You've been ODing on those black pills, okay? Time for some God pills, bro. That's it. Be a lover of the divine. I'm telling you, that is the secret code. That is the hack. That is the glitch in the matrix. That's all you need to know. Stop overcomplicating this personal development, self-development field, man. You are the field itself of unified potential. You get what I'm saying? It's not a personal development. Development makes it sound like real estate, bro. Are you real estate? Right? Some of you guys are doing real estate too. I mean, that's good for you, you know, but you gotta sell it in that way, you know, walk your talk with that. Like, yeah, we got a beautiful bathroom right here, man. Oh my God, have you seen the tiles on this thing, right? Then you're a different being to work with. And hey, if you're connected to this channel, if you're connected to me and through all of these different ancient teachings and who I'm connected to, and you already know, okay? I'm also known as Dr. Scripts from IMC Nation. If you guys are unfamiliar, we have a podcast on IMC TV, IMC. Shout out IMC Radio. Shout out all of the people, you know, involved in Primal Sutra. And really, really understand that we have this retreat coming up, guys. It is coming up in New Zealand. We're going to go on shamanic adventures, road trips around New Zealand, seeing the different locations from tapping into the tamatane, the haka dance, which has been modified for the primal modern man, and just epic shit, bro. So if you you can click the link in the description here and just tap into it. And yeah, if you like it, you like it. You show up live, you know, we'll all book an Airbnb and it'll be fun, bro. It'll be fun. It'll be like bros hanging out. You know what I mean? Ultimately, we'll just be going out, hanging out. But then there's teaching involved. It's fun. It's educative. There are lessons. You come out of there. The event is called Metamorphosis. So you put two and two together. Okay. But yeah, let's get it today, guys. Upward spiral. May we never be the same again. Oos. And yeah, thank you to the person who said for me to that the audio wasn't working in the previous one. Thank you. I really appreciated that. That would have been very bad if I hadn't shared this message today. But now you guys get to hear it. I'm so blessed and so grateful. Os. Peace out, guys. Let's get it today. Upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Os. You already know.